There's a crisis in our community among teens and families. Over 31 teens committed suicide in Vanderburgh County alone in recent years. 70% of teens use marijuana, drugs, and alcohol. And over 1,500 teens will be admitted to the Department of Correction this year. This is our community. This is a crisis. We need to do something about it.
As a parent of a teen that's struggling, you are exhausted. You have been at your wit's end. You don't know where else to turn. You don't even know how, if you just want to throw up your arms and say, here, go, just take them. I don't want to deal with them anymore. This is the place. This is the place to come and to surrender yourself, to surrender your child, and find the help, the hope that you need. This is the place that will take you and show you how you can get better and how relationships can be healed.
My name is Christy Powers, and I'm the Vice President and co-founder of House of Hope Southwest Indiana. One of the reasons I felt like it was important to start House of Hope is that I have worked with teens for a number of years, and I see the same problems over and over and over. And there's a certain amount that you feel like you can't do when you cannot share the truth. And by the truth, I mean the gospel. I mean the saving grace of Jesus Christ. So many teenagers are looking for something to fill an emptiness. Maybe they've turned to drugs and alcohol. Maybe they're being promiscuous, whatever it is. Statistics tell us that we have a great problem going on in our nation, but specifically right here in Indiana, in our own town. In Evansville, suicide statistics are higher than the national average, and the youngest age of alcohol use, believe it or not, is 8th grade. And what that says to me is kids are searching for something, and there are a lot of things that will satisfy that temporarily, but nothing is going to satisfy the longing that they have forever unless they know the Lord.
In fact, that's exactly what makes us different and separates us from other programs and other agencies, is believing that Christ is the permanent way for change and hope and healing.
These kids are hurting, and they need healing in their lives. And healing can't come from just simple therapy. To an extent it can. But the truest healing that anyone can experience is through their identity in Jesus Christ. And the reason that House of Hope differs in that is because they are approaching the problem from the root and not just from a branch, so to speak. They say, you know, we're not going to just deal with the teen and try to fix the problem, a quick fix and put them back at home, but we're going to work with the entire family to restore it. And that is something that is not available in any other ministry in this community that I'm aware of.
We make it mandatory for parents to participate in the healing process. We require parents to attend weekly parenting classes and individual weekly counseling sessions, but we also have a teen group to help them understand what following Christ really means and how Christ can help them with all the issues that they have and that they're troubled by.
My name is Andrew Ware, and been a part of the House of Hope team now for about 6 months, and it's really awesome. Right now what I do is I help out with counseling on Monday nights. The thing that I love the most, though, is mentoring. I think that for me that's the coolest part of what I do here. I love all of it, but something about being able to just pour into someone's life like that, and in a way that, I mean, meeting him where he's at, Christ, that's how he operated, is that he met people where they're at, and he didn't say you have to change anything to come to me. I'll change it for you when you give your life to me.
We've lived actually in 3 places since we've been married. We lived in New Hampshire, up in Lafayette, Indiana, and then here. And I will tell you that out of the 3 different areas that we lived in, there's really nothing available for teens unless they've really gotten into some serious trouble. They've really fallen. There's absolutely nothing that's Christ-centered. Parents should really consider themselves lucky that this is here.
Some of the stuff that we struggled with our teenage son was his depression. He just didn't seem very happy, and he wasn't motivated to do anything. He was struggling in school, and just the relationships in the family, it was like he would rather be off by himself than really be interacting with the family, and that really affected the whole family unit.
I mean, I felt like no one liked me. I was talking to a lot of people. I just felt they ignored me. I thought I was a loser because, my grades were so low. I wasn't really involved in that many things besides bands. And my parents were getting angry at me all the time. I was having a lot of conflict with my sibling, and it wasn't really that healthy of a life.
We had really gotten to the point with our oldest son that we simply couldn't have any conversations with him. And pretty much any time that we would approach him, me or my wife, we would end up in arguments and yelling and screaming matches, and it had gotten to the point that it was simply easier to just not deal with him.
I didn't want to be here. I didn't want to, I totally opposed going to counseling. When I came here, I really didn't care. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I was sort of being a jerk to the counselor. But I think over time, I felt like that my issues, they were listening, and I felt like, they knew that, the issues I was going through personally, and they really actually wanted to help.
At first I thought they were just going to be able to help him, which they did, but they also helped us, his father and mother, because they gave us the skills that we needed to deal with this child that was struggling.
House of Hope gave me lots of hope, and it can do the same for you.
No matter what somebody does, no matter how many times they've messed up or how unlovable they have become, we constantly offer open arms and understanding and try to meet them where they are, recognizing that everybody makes mistakes and everybody has things that they need to change.